Hey everybody, this is Geek Dad and I'm here with my trusty sidekick, Catboy. Hello. Well, today we're going to be talking about helmets. Now this is a subject really close to my heart. You see, when I was a little boy, just like Catboy here, I was obsessed with World War II. World War I and World War II. I used to collect all the little Airfix army men. You know, you'd have the World War II Germans and British, Americans, and if you're really lucky, you found a packet of Russians. I used to spend ages in the school library looking at illustrated histories of World War II. And you know what I really loved? I loved the helmets. You could always tell the different countries apart by the helmets. No other part of the uniform was quite as important, and it started a bit of an obsession. So when I was about 18, I remember going down to a disposal store and I got my first helmet. I was actually after a steel helm. It's like a 1935. I don't know what it is about boys in the German helmet, but they want it. They were way too expensive. But I was able to find myself a Spanish M42. Pop it on. Now, my goal was to have the classic helmets of World War II. Now, the Spanish M42 is basically a steel helm. It's pretty much identical. It's got this little bit where a badge would be. Let's turn your head, Catboy. It's quite a good looking helmet. But I wasn't content. Let's not forget the Frenchies. So here we have a World War II Adrien artillery. Yeah, it's an artillery helmet. French artillery helmet. But unfortunately, it's way too small. So let's do a bit of a swap. I think my big square head will fit the Spanish one a little bit better.
This is way too tight.
Way too tight. Imagine how small the soldier's head was that wore that. Speaking of tight helmets, I also got myself a Brodie. It's actually an Australian Brodie, a World War II RAF Brodie. So, again, too small. But it's good for decorations. Now, you know who has really fat heads? Americans. Sorry, Yanks, but you do. Must be all the German ancestry you've got. Well, that was pretty much the next helmet I was after. The good old M1. And I got myself a couple. This was actually the first one. It's probably a 1970s, maybe early 80s M1. It's formed a bit of the basis of my cosplay. You can see I wrote Born to Kill, bit of Full Metal Jacket reference. And that was one of my favorite helmets. I love the jungle camo. It was really good for cosplay.
Why did I have that your badge thing there?
Oh, it's from a movie you'll get to watch when you're much, much older. But I also picked up another one. This is more, it looks World War II, but it's not. I picked it up from an antique store, and the guy said that it came from Germany. And so that makes me think it is probably from the 1950s. As you know, the Americans had an army presence in Germany, in West Germany, for quite a number of years. Johnny Cash went to Germany, Elvis went to Germany. Maybe this is Elvis's army helmet. I don't know. Maybe it's just a West German army helmet. They were using M1s as well. But these helmets are absolutely delightful. They fit really, really well. The liners can be adjusted well, and they've just got that classic look. So, you know what? I have to admit, these are some of our favorites. Now, I've only got one more Allied helmet to talk about. Let's take a look here. The Swedish. Okay, I've got a Swedish M26. Bit of a civil defense 1960s, NATO helmet. Oh, don't know if I can do it up. You know what these double up as? World War II Japanese helmets. You bung a little star on and actually looks pretty similar. So it's another well-fitting helmet. Must be my, I don't know, I've got a bit of a kraut head, I think, a bit of a Nordic head, a square head. It just fits really, really well. It's a delight to wear. But you know what? Being a helmet collector, you're actually going to encounter far more...
This one?
Oh, you're about to put that on. You're going to encounter far more Soviet stuff. Okay? Soviet stuff, you know, the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1990 was an absolute blessing for military collectors. There was all this excellent surplus gear. And so let's get some of this Soviet stuff. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, got some helmets.
Oh, that's
Okay, oh, we'll do a bit of a swap, Okay, I'll wear the big one, you wear the small one. Okay, Catboy, you are wearing, let's see, it's a Polish WZ-67. So bung it on your head. Again, it's a little bit small for me, but it's perfect for you. So, you know what? When I die, you and your brother can fight over, you know, who inherits it. While here, it's not a Russian. Okay, now it's a Czech M53. Okay,
That
this was a
is a
fantastic.
Russian.
Oh, it looks Russian. It's in fact cosplayers and people doing World War II cosplay could really use it as a Russian helmet, but it's actually Czechoslovakian. Okay,
That
from the
Yeti-
1950s.
That Yeti is a Russian one.
Okay, it fits really well. Okay, so we can play Red Army soldiers. Great looking helmet. Again, it fits. It's nice and big.
This stopper is way too small.
How you going, little fella? Yeah, again, imagine the size of the soldier wearing that. Catboy's only 7. Let's see what else we got. Aha! 2 more of my favourites back here. Let me see. Here we have a Serbian helmet. Let's take a look at the Serbian helmet. Okay? That's looking pretty good. Oh, we're going to be getting a fair bit of helmet hair. But you know what? This next one is one of my personal favourites. Okay. Good old East German M56. Oh, let's see how we go. Can I get it on? So we have the Serbian M59. Okay, another handsome looking helmet. But can't go past the East German helmet. It is just so weird. And it sits quite high on the head. It offers pretty much no cover of the ears. Suppose you can hear well. But I don't know, there's just something about the pinhead look. Now, East German stuff is readily available everywhere.
Oh yeah,
It's
because it's pointy.
It is pointy. Bit different to your typical German helmet. But East German stuff is pretty much everywhere.
Ow.
And it's still available widely. Now, when you're collecting militaria and helmets, you're going to encounter some of the caps. So, Catboy, what do you have there? It's a flat hat, isn't it? Now, don't wear it too far on your head. I've seen, RAF pilots and things like that in pictures, and they wear it on the side of their head. You've got to be kidding me. Let's get it up a little more. Now, again, some of these hats are frightfully small, okay? And I think this one may have been a bit of a reject. It's a East German pilot's cap, but the peak's a little bit out of whack. So when you find some of these things, they may be rejects. That's why some of them probably are small. They're the ones that nobody needed, so they flog them off cheap. Although, now that we're talking about Soviet stuff, who can go past the classic Russian cap? Looks pretty good. Now, it's not just Russian stuff that you're going to find. You can find some contemporary stuff. And one of my favorites is from the Legion. Here we have a kepi from the French Foreign Legion. Again, it's genuine, but it's a reject. There was some damage to the peak. I don't know, maybe in the factory when it was wet. It just got some marks in it. But you know what? Perfectly serviceable hat. Excellent for cosplay. Now, we have a genuine USMC sun hat. Okay, so the Marines wore this in tropical environments. It was a great pith hat. Okay, really good shape.
It really hurts, Beverly.
Okay, bit of a tight band for you. Last one is the British Tropical Pith Helmet. This one's actually a repo, but again,
There's that one.
Oh, we've got the flight cap. We'll get that down in a minute. But, if you want to do a bit of Zulu cosplay or, pretend you're in colonial Africa, another great one. Okay, what do we have there? I think we have a US Cavalry.
Civil War one.
Sort of Civil War, but I think that's more US Cavalry, so about 10 years later. Okay, last helmet. Well, it's actually not a helmet, but if we're talking about headgear, can't go past the flight gear. So we've got some goggles, and I actually think that they're actually motorcycle goggles. They sort of match pilot's goggles from World War II, but I'm thinking more likely to be motorcycle. Okay, so I think helmet collecting is a fantastic hobby, and you can have fun scouring all the disposal stores. Unfortunately, disposal stores are a little rarer nowadays, but with the internet, it's readily available. So this is Time Poor Dad out, and Catboy, do you want to wave? And we'll see you next time. Bye.